Callum, first of all, mate, how have you enjoyed your first season as part of the coaching staff for the Phoenix women's side?
I loved it. It's a challenge, as it always would be, but I've absolutely loved it. It's my first time working in a professional environment, and working with Nat. She's such a good operator, and we work really well together, so I really enjoyed it.
I suppose you would have had expectations, or you would have thought, okay, it's going to be like this. Was there anything that surprised you coming in?
I think the work ethic of the players was the one that really got me. Coming in, I was pretty blindsided. You hear a lot of things about what happened last year, but this year, the way they work every single day, we have to drag them off the field sometimes. There's such a good work ethic and a willingness to learn, which I've really enjoyed, and it's helped me.
Sometimes the assistant coach has to be a bit of a bridge between the head coach and the players. Have you found yourself playing that role?
Not really. Nat has such a fantastic relationship with these players, and with some of them, relationships that I will never have. So we sort of manage that between us a little bit. And there's times where they need a little bit of Callum and a little bit of Nat and our different sort of expertise and relationships with them. So it's been really good.
And how challenging has it been to keep them motivated when the results haven't been going the way that you would have hoped, consistently across the season?
Really easy. They're such a great group to work with. They have so much passion and drive, and I think being in Wellington's helped a lot. And them being able to create history in Wellington for Wellington has been really, really great. So it's been really easy. We haven't really had to motivate them. They're such a self-motivated group.
In 6 games to go, so what are your goals for the back end of the season?
I think the simple one, right, is to get off the bottom. That's the main thing. We want to get off the bottom. We've got a couple of games in hand on teams above us, so hopefully we can do that. We've got a tough last week of the season with those 6 games. We've got 6 games in March, so it's going to be tough, but if we can get off the bottom and continue to develop our performances and start to get a bit of more progress and a bit of continuity in what we're doing.
Is that the spoken about goal, like you were talking about, let's not win another spoon?
We haven't spoke about it as a group, but I think you can feel the sense of that's what they want. Obviously the team finished bottom of the table last year, so doing that, getting off the bottom will help that, and 3 points this weekend means we beat our points tally from last year, so that's a goal that we're all looking forward to, but nothing really we've spoke about, but you can get the sense of that's what everyone wants.
Injuries, suspensions?
Yeah, so Lily obviously still out, no time from on her. Izzy's knee still out with her. No suspensions or anything, and then hopefully we'll have Betsy back. So hopefully we'll have her back. She's going to train today, and then we'll have a good gauge on that.
So it's have a look and test based on today?
Yeah, so we'll have a session this afternoon. Betsy's pretty much ready to go. We just need to tick a few final boxes. She should be ready to go. And then the only other one is Georgia Candy, goalkeeper. So we had the whole goalkeeper fiasco last week. She's not quite ready. She's still coming over her concussion, so she won't be in this week either.
Also, it's the Wellington Pride round. Obviously, there's a lot more sort of diversity amongst the women's playing group and the men's. What does it mean to be part of a game like this? How important is it that we're inclusive as a club?
Yeah, it's really, really important. It's such a great initiative, I find, and as a group, as a team, we're very, very inclusive. So for us, it's just business as usual, but to be able to be in an environment where now we can spread that word for other people, and the A-Leagues are doing a great job. Last week you saw how great it was across Australia, and I think we're all looking forward to being part of that this week. And there'll be a few little things that you'll see around the stadium and that the team will do that really sort of celebrate that.
So Nat's on a pro licence course next week. Will she travel to Sydney and be involved in that game, or are you going to take charge?
Yeah, she'll travel to Sydney. Yeah, so she'll leave on the Friday and be there for the game.
Because how disruptive is that, and is it a bit frustrating because it's like she's just trying to further educate herself and become more qualified, but she's being taken away from being a head coach for a few days? Yeah,
it's something that we've discussed, but the way we work is we work so close together. Although Nat has the final call on things, we work so closely together. So if anyone wants to see the sessions, we work literally side by side the whole time. So I don't think it'll be too much of a change for the players. Obviously not having her here, you always want your head coach here, but I don't think it'll change too much for us.
And with Betsy's nose, she doesn't have to wear a mask or anything like that on the field?
That's what part of the test is going to be today. So that's potentially, you might see her in a mask, but it's one of those things with the nose, if she's going to get hit, it's going to hurt. So, yeah.
You're really positive about the Phoenix program, which is admirable, and about the players' work ethic, about Nat, but you're obviously not winning it on the bottom. Like, what do you need to be successful?
Yeah. So I think that we spoke a lot this week around us in front of goal and finishing chances. So we've actually lost 5 games 1-0. We concede the goal just after half-time from a set piece. You could probably call that a little bit of lack of concentration. So I think just when we get those chances, and we're creating more and more now that we take them, and I think if we do that, the game changes. The game can swing. I think we had a chance early on in the game against Sydney. If you take that, it's a bit different. We have a chance in midway through the second half. If we finish that, the game's different again, and then we're still pushing at the end. So I think if we can be a little bit more clinical in the final third, a little bit more ruthless in that part of the game, I think you'll start to see things change.